everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well out there. Now that Thanksgiving is over, and I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving out there for all you who celebrate out there. We're on to Christmas, and what better way to get into some reviews for this time of year is with a Christmas horror film to a sequel to a film that came out in 1984. But before we get into this sequel, do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Join me here. I greatly would appreciate that. Also, a shameless plug for my TeePublic page. You can find Krampus shirts like the one I'm wearing and many other Christmas designs over there. Even some New Year's designs are up over there. Go on over and check it out. The link will be down below. And today we're going to do an infamous one, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. Yes. Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 got released April 10th of 1987. It's rated R. It's an hour and 28 minutes long. And this one was co-written and directed by a gentleman named Lee Harry. He's only ever directed some shorts after this. He's been around film, done like editing and some other things, but this is the only feature-length film he's ever directed. And in this film, we have Eric Freeman playing Ricky Caldwell, Billy's brother from the original film, who we saw him as a young baby and a young boy at the time. Elizabeth Catan plays Jennifer, and I only bring her up because she was also in Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, around the same time. She was the stoner chick hanging out with the stoner guy, getting, smoking weed and getting laid. That was her. And I recognized her right away. I haven't seen this film in quite a long time. I've seen clips, obviously, because the Garbage Day clip is infamous and people always show that clip, but it's been a while since I watched the whole film. And James Newman plays the doctor, the psychiatrist that goes to visit Ricky to find out why he's pretty much so fucked up. And why this film is so infamous, and while it's hard to be able to go through the plot, which there's not very much plot here, and there's a reason for that, and we'll talk about it. Pretty much this doctor goes to see Ricky in a closed room. There's an orderly nearby just in case Ricky has homicidal tendencies. And basically the doctor is there to figure out why Ricky does what he does, what inspired him or what caused him to go off the deep end and murder people. Well, Ricky recants his story of basically what happened in the first film, what happened to his brother. And they show footage, about 20 to 30 minutes of footage from that first film. That's why this film is so infamous, because it's notorious for using so much footage from the original film, and it certainly does that. So I would say up front, before we even get any further, is your enjoyment of this film will be how much you enjoyed the first film, because you certainly see a lot of the footage from the original Silent Night, Deadly Night from '84. And Ricky's telling his story, and they do splice in some new scenes about Ricky working at this restaurant, and then he ends up killing this guy in his back alley by shoving an umbrella through him, and then it pops open with blood all over it. It's a pretty amusing scene and a pretty cool, over-the-top kill. Because this movie, you can't take it too seriously. The first one was taken pretty seriously, although there's definitely cheesy moments. This one, between Eric Freeman's acting, which I'm not going to say, he's definitely entertaining. And he does a lot of acting with his eyebrows. Just watch his eyebrows if you watch this film. It's on Tubi, by the way. God bless you, Tubi. That never change. If you want to watch it for free, you can watch it on Tubi. Yeah, he does a lot of acting with his eyebrows. If you watch this film, you'll know what I'm talking about. He is entertaining here. I wouldn't say he's done acting in other things, but this is probably the role he's most famous for, by far. And he's actually 20 minutes from here. He's originally from Raleigh, North Carolina, about 20 minutes from where I stand. But he is definitely entertaining here, no doubt, in his over-the-top delivery of what he's doing here in this film. And pretty much he tells him the story about, how he found this girl, started dating her, ended up killing a couple guys in a movie theater because they're being obnoxious. For a little bit, they actually have you on Ricky's side. Like, he's killing really bad people. Not that he's a good guy. He's certainly not, obviously. But he's killing really scumbag people. This one guy who's roughing up his girlfriend, he kills. And she just kind of nods at him and smiles like, thank you for killing him. It's bizarre, man. And then finally, towards the end of the film, after we do all this going back and seeing footage in the first film and some scenes of Ricky early on in life when he was a little bit younger before he got put here, he kills the doctor and breaks out, dresses like Santa Claus, and goes back after Mother Superior, although she's played by a different actress now. And we find out that Mother Superior is all disfigured from something that happened to her. And basically he shows up, and this time he does kill her, but he ends up getting killed in the end. And that's pretty much Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. Now, what to like about this film? because this is certainly not a great film. It's certainly not even a good film. But what I will say is it's endlessly entertaining by how bad and cheesy it is. It's one of those so bad it's actually fun to watch kind of films. And most of that is due to Eric Freeman's performance. I wouldn't say he's giving a great performance here, not even a good performance, but I would say he's endlessly entertaining. If you watch him, you can't take your eyes off him. It's like watching a train wreck, you can't turn away. And that's what's going on here. And he really did go for it. I got to give him credit. He goes all out and he's entertaining. He's definitely the most entertaining aspect of this film. Honestly, the flashbacks, if you saw the first movie, you're seeing it again. I liked the first movie. I reviewed it last year. You can check out that review to scroll on down. But it's a lot of the same footage. I can't believe how egregious it is, really, of showing that much footage from the first film. It's quite unbelievable. That's what they did. As a matter of fact, there was even a little bit more egregious plan with it. We'll get into that in a minute. And the scenes with him when he breaks out, of course, you get the infamous garbage day, and he starts shooting that guy bringing the garbage out. It's a great line. As a matter of fact, if you want a shirt that says garbage day, go to my TeePublic page. We have one up there. Just a shameless plug, quick. And then with him killing Mother Superior, I mean, Mother Superior did F up these two kids. Obviously, if you've seen the first film, you know Mother Superior was not nurturing to Billy, and a lot of his problems probably could have been starved off if with the proper treatment and the proper care, which he did not get in that first film. Other than that, besides, some of the kills are entertaining. They're over the top, they're ridiculous, but in this type of film, you go along with it, you're having some fun, and they're fun kills. I mean, it's not overly gory, but there's some cool things and some blood for sure. On the downside, this is just a repeat of the first film with just a few new added scenes, honestly. So it's so familiar. There's nothing new here. And then we're getting recollections from Ricky that he never witnessed because he was too young. Now, maybe Billy told him when they were growing up in this orphanage. I don't know. They don't really go into it, but he's recanting it like he saw it firsthand. Even Billy's kills, which he was definitely not there for. So it's kind of odd. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but in a movie like this, you can kind of forgive some of that and just go along with it. Logic's out the window, so there's no reason even trying to make logic of what's going on screen. At the end of the day, this is not a great film. Again, not even a good film, but it's definitely a B movie, fun, over the top, cheesy as hell ride. And honestly, at the end of the day, if you could dig that, you'll probably get some enjoyment on this, and it's on Tubi for free. Now, going into some trivia here, doing a little research. Originally, the producers wanted Lee Harry, who directed this film, and his co-writer, to just write a few new scenes, just a couple new scenes, so they could edit in there and make it sound like, now, the character was not going to be Billy's brother, just going to be this random inmate at this asylum, and they're going to try to pass it off as just ravings of this inmate. So it really wasn't going to have much to do, like any connection with part one, other than they're going to make it seem like part one was all just the ravings of this lunatic, and that's it. But Lee Harry and his writing partner decided to write more scenes. Now, we see these new scenes during the film, but even with those new scenes and all this spliced in footage from the first film, it still wasn't long enough for a feature length. So the end credits are actually 10 minutes long, just to pad the runtime. That's what they had to do to make this work. It seems to me like when the producers, just reading about it, when the producers hired Lee Harry to come in, it's almost like they just wanted a quick cash grab to cash in on the first movie, because the first movie only made it 2 weekends of release, and they got yanked from theaters because of all the protests. So they were probably just trying to recruit more of their money here, and they owned the rights so they could use the footage. That's what it seems like to me, textbook, just trying to repackage it and claiming it's a new movie. And you could definitely see that, although they did add more scenes. Good for them, because it actually makes it kind of worthwhile if you like the first one to watch this one. Mother Superior's address in this film is 666, because she's kind of Satan for what she did to these kids. And the scene between Ricky and the doctor only took 2 days to film, and they only had a $100,000 budget. So they were moving fast. I don't know what their timeline was on shooting schedule. I'm sure they did not have very long. Although they do pull off an explosion and a car accident and that. So they did pull off some stuff there. But this is not a great film. At the end of the day, if you like the first film, you could find some enjoyment out of this. It's definitely more cheesy, even more cheesy than the first film. It's definitely over the top. And Eric Freeman, while I think he's entertaining, is not what you would call a great performance. But at the end of the day, I had fun revisiting this one. It's probably been about 25 years since I've seen this one. So at the end of the day, I would give Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 a 6 out of 10 because I had so much goddamn fun with it. A 6 out of 10 for Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. If you've ever seen this one, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Share this video. I greatly would appreciate that. I'll be back soon with some more videos, but until next time, bye.